guys. So, I got interesting news. I was looking through my memory card, and I think I lost the footage of me doing the fidget spinner. Not that it was done yet, but I had the footage, and when I looked, I think it's gone. So, I don't know if that something got corrupted or what, but I'll have to check it out. I may have had it backed up somewhere. I don't know, but here's what we're doing today. So I got my standard furnace set up, pretty much. But this is after I cleaned out the refractory. So I figured I'm not waiting until March to do more. So I put a coffee can in there, put some holes in the side for the air intake, some duct tape over the top so the sand didn't get in the holes. So I had a clean airflow. And I'm going to use a tin can and try to mount aluminum with wood scraps, which I'm not sure if I have enough wood, but I took a couple pieces of charcoal, and there's some charcoal in that can. And I'm going to melt this can of scraps from different projects and make a nice ingot or two. Probably one and a half. I don't know. I was going to use my other ingot tray, but I like it a lot, and aluminum does damage to that kind of stuff, so I don't know if I want to eat away at it yet. I'll wait until I start doing aluminum, bronze, and stuff more often. So this is an old school casting, this is back when like cavemen stole their wives and mothers' hair dryers and got their metal barrel and set up their wood furnace to melt metals. So I'm gonna see how it works. I'll let you guys check in periodically, but it's pretty much just going to be a crappy aluminum cast. I'm more just trying to see if I can do it with the wood scraps I got and a little bit of charcoal without, wasting a bunch of stuff. This is all scrap and waste and basically a time killer because I don't know what else to do. I had 2 plans for today, and I don't think I'm going to do either of them. I don't know why. The little birdie in my head's like, don't do it. So I'm going to sit here and melt some aluminum instead. So enjoy the video. So guys, this is scrap wood and aluminum. Check it out. Makes me think of Fire Blast off of Pokemon. Like, old school. This is like a whole, throwback scenario. I'm not melting very much. I don't have very much fuel. But I thought this would be a good thing to do today. Alright, we'll be back for the pour if it gets that hot. Let's see how it goes. So it kind of worked, kind of didn't work. I'm about out of fuel. I started cleaning up. But that thing there, turns out that's stainless steel. Stainless steel. So it won't melt. And everything else melted. I got a lot of crap in the crucible. I used a tin can. And the big chunk is the only thing I'm waiting to melt, and I don't know if it's gonna melt before the fuel dies out. Just gonna cross my fingers and hope for the best. See how it plays out. Next up will definitely be the pour. Nothing else to say till then. Well, that was a huge waste of time. My crucible failed, which I sort of expected. I got a bunch of aluminum down there, whatever that garbage is, and then what I got out of the pour. So I pretty much just wasted 45 minutes, a handful of charcoal. But I guess it's a little better than sitting upstairs watching YouTube videos. You know who you are. But alright, this did give me a chance to show off my primitive method until I get my Kel wool and stuff. This is what I thought about doing before I got the plaster of Paris, but I skipped a step. So, oh, I did fix some things. I retaped my hair dryer, and my personal opinion: don't ever use soup cans. It doesn't even matter. Like, I've seen people do it, and I thought with a wood fire and low airflow, it would work. Just don't even bother. It's really not worth it. Fire extinguishers, iron pipe with a base welded on it, graphite if you can afford it. But don't waste your time with tin cans. I mean, even if you double and triple them up, it's still, they burn through so freaking easy. Like, I had it on low heat and I wasn't even using that much charcoal. It was mostly wood, and I burned through it. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna say I'm done melting until I get my Kel wool, but we both know that's a lie. So alright, thanks for watching, guys. I'll post this video sooner or later. Later on. Hey guys, so I did the aluminum melt today. I'm gonna tack this on the end. The whole experience of melting aluminum the way I did, not really ideal. I mean, it takes longer for the aluminum to melt. It produces more gases and smoke. It doesn't get quite as hot, but still hot enough to destroy a tin can. So, I mean, overall, I like the design because my airflow's better, and I don't have to worry about the sides of the walls crumbling because of the coffee can. But I don't know how much longer that'll hold up. It seems to be doing alright. Like, there's no holes in that. It was just a crucible. So, what we learned today, it doesn't matter how bad you want to melt something, don't bother using tin cans. I mean, if you're using charcoal briquettes, you might get away with it, because charcoal briquettes have, like, lime and stuff in them to keep it from getting too hot, so they burn longer. So, they have some sort of chemical in them. I don't quite remember what it is, but something that slows down the burning that isn't, bad for your food. So I decided I was going to take a nice little hike. Not anywhere new. I'm up at the old ball field in the woods. Just figured I'm not going to do a recap tonight, because what I got out of this was 2 chunks of pretty good looking aluminum that needs to be remelted anyway, and then that can formation of a mix of ashes and charcoal and aluminum and bits of steel and traces of the can and the forge scale and all kinds of mess, which I'll probably be able to refine that to an ingot, because it's a pretty big chunk, but it's dirty and nasty, and I just set it aside. So I'm not going to recap that. I just wanted to recap some of the other stuff. Decided to come out, and for some reason when I'm out here, there's nobody around, not a lot of noises. I just think a little better, I get some fresh air and some drink. I don't like cigars, but I kind of quit smoking. And you can't. It's either you quit or you don't. For most people. But I mean, I went from half a pack a day to 1, or 5 a week. So I mean, might as well say, in comparison to where I was at, I pretty much quit. And every once in a while, a cigar takes the edge off, and I don't actually inhale it, so I figure it's slightly better, and it lasts a little longer too. I'll smoke half now and smoke half later. Probably. Depending on how long I feel like sitting here. And I went and got a little bit of cash today. A whopping $10. So I went and decided I'd treat myself to a cigar and a nice tea and take a walk. But it's not a bad way to spend a little bit of time. One thing about out here is the psycho mumbo jumbo of people in society doesn't bother you as much when you're out here. Which I don't really know if it's a good or a bad thing. So I took a couple videos over the last couple of days, mostly to kill off what was left of the battery power I had. It was a walk and talk video, and I think I deleted most of it, but if there's any left, I think I'm just going to cram it all together with this melt video. And the fidget spinner thing that I talked about earlier, like I said, I think clearer when I'm out here. I didn't delete it. I moved it from the car to my computer, my grandfather's computer, so I didn't accidentally delete it later or get it corrupt or lose the card or something terrible happen. So I have the files backed up on the computer. It just hit me when I got about halfway up this hill. I was like, you know what? That's where they're at. So, yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. If you're watching, like I said, it'd be nice to have some fans. It'd be nice to get my information out there. It'd be nice to do this a little bit more efficiently, better. But you know, it's a hobby, and I enjoy it. So until something drives me to sink a bunch of money into it, or something bad happens to ruin what joy I get out of it, I think I'll just keep doing it mediocrely. Mediocre is better than not doing anything at all, I guess. Maybe. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Later on. Hey guys, so it's 25 degrees Fahrenheit, -3 degrees Celsius, and I had the bright idea. I'm taking a nice hike. Now, I'm in the same spot that I usually go to, because, well, it's one of the easiest for me to get to, and personally, I think it's the most scenic. Like, yeah, it kind of sucks that everything's mined out down here, but if it wasn't, half these paths wouldn't be here, and if half these paths weren't here, I probably wouldn't walk here. And you know, the mining, yeah, it has its perks. I mean, it can be ugly, but yet it's, at the same time, it's kind of nice, you know? You have the best of both worlds surrounded by quiet. You have the beauty of man-made architecture and work, you know, and yeah, man-made architecture sounds like a good way to go with it. And on the other half, you have the beauty of nature. So, and it's almost stone quiet down here. When they're not working, it is nice and quiet. You can hear animals run into the woods. It's just nice, you know? So, I did a bad thing again today. I've been having, like, every time I talk to you guys, I have a different pain. So I went and had to get some tooth number to numb my one tooth for a while, because it took me an extra hour to get to sleep last night because of a pounding headache from a tooth cavity. And it's a genetic thing. So I mean, it has a little bit to do with my diet, I'm sure, but I had bad teeth since I was a kid. I tried eating healthy for a while and I still had the same problem. So, you know, I blame that on genetics. So the stuff I got was like $8, but it should last me until I get the sucker pulled out. So I guess it's an okay investment, except now I'm almost out of money, and I went and bought some Seagram's gin. And now, those of you that drink out there, I'm probably like, why is this relatively young man drinking Seagram's gin? Is that an old person's drink? Well, you know what? A lot of people don't like it. A lot of people think it's, I don't know the word to describe it to other people. To me, I enjoy it. It has a dry enough taste that it doesn't like fill me up. So like if I drink like the whole bottle, I don't feel like I drank a whole bottle. But yet it has enough alcohol in it to get me, you know, to a nice level of intoxicated. So to me, I consider it more of like a gentleman's drink, you know? You know, some guys go out and get scotch on the rocks or some high class bourbon. I kind of like gin. I don't know why. I mean, it's not the only thing I like, and it's definitely not my favorite. But, you know, if I got a couple extra bucks, this thing ran me $7, and that's a a night, maybe two if I stretch it, of, you know, good old-fashioned fun. But half the reason I'm talking to you, it's just something else to throw on my montage of stupid walk and talk video that I made of nonsense. And I got like 6 segments of different walks, and thought I'd just pin them all together and make it like a walk and talk collage video. And I came back here today to check and see how my tree is, if it's still decorated. I wanted to see the amount of snow we got, and you know, it's pretty deep. It's not enough to make it hard, well, not really hard to walk, but it's still enough to give some resistance. So, and I got a bus pass, so I don't have to walk back home, which is another promising side to all this. It's about a mile walk to the trail from my house, maybe a little over. It's probably about a mile and a half. Yeah, I'd say a mile and a half. So by the time you walk here, you get to the trail from one end to the other is probably 2 miles, a mile and a half. Probably closer to 2 miles if you walk the whole thing. So, I mean, by the time you walk up here, you can probably, if you're a normal human being, which not saying anything about me, because sometimes the fatigue doesn't set in at all. There's been a couple times that I walked from my old house, which is significantly closer than the house I'm living at now, all the way down to the bottom there. There's a couple old bridges, all the way up through, all the way up around, down this way, out through there, all the way up to the gas station and got some food, and then walked back to my house, just because. There's been a couple of times that I walked 2-3 towns over for no good reason, other than, you know, lack of anything better to do. Plus, you never know what you're gonna find. And when I worked, I had money, so it wasn't that big of a deal to walk 2 towns over and just be like, oh, do you know what? This town has a pizza shop that no other town has around here. I'm gonna grab some pizza because I got some extra money, and I just walked 5 million miles. So, but there's really never really a pattern to it. I never really had a real reason for what I was doing. I just kind of did it. But, alright, for sake of length, I'll get back to you. So guys, my tree has definitely seen better days, I'll tell you that. Pretty much all the decorations are gone. Still a few. Oh, it's been what? Did it in mid-December. So, I mean, it's March now. December, January, February, March, 4 months. And last time I was out here, it was actually looking pretty good, so it must have happened in the last big windstorm. So we had a pretty bad one a little while back. So, but then again, I haven't been back here in a little while. I was thinking maybe I should gather some of this up and have a little fire, but I don't know how much time I got. I could just walk back. I mean, it is just a mile and a half. It's not ideal because the sun's gonna start going down and it's actually gonna get cold. Like, yeah, 25 degrees is already pretty cold, but actually it'll probably drop to about 15 by the time the sun goes down completely. And that is kind of cold. Now, the reason I came out here, besides to waste my breath, waste my day, waste my batteries, so we all know when I put up a walk and talk video, anyone who watches it, I mean, I highly doubt anyone's gonna watch it, but if anyone does, then, you know, great. But I don't think anyone's gonna watch any of it, but, you know, it's whatever. I came out here to grab that piece of metal I had up here and use it for a plinth for my crucible. It's like 1/2 inch thick steel, like a pipe end cap. So I was thinking, I was like, that's gonna be perfect. It's probably only about 1.5 2 inches deep. So I might have to embed it in the foundry base a little bit, but it'll work. And then I thought about maybe grabbing that motor too, if it's still here, because that was over a month ago. If I can even find it. Look, everything's covered in snow. Let's see what I can do, dig it out. What do you think? Alright, it's frozen in there. Should have seen that coming. Hopefully the other thing isn't, because then I'm really... Oh, I came out here for nothing. That's the truth. Try to remember where I put it. I mean, I could build a giant bonfire and, like, melt all this. I doubt it. But... well, there's enough dry wood here to build a fire that big. Oh man, this would be sad if this was a pointless trip. I mean, if I could just get that metal thing, I don't care too much about the motor. I mean, that is probably $5 or $6 in scrap metal, but scrap metal isn't life or death. Well, I guess this ain't really life or death either, but it's a rock. I found a rock. Alright guys, I'm gonna have me a couple of drinks, see if I can dig that thing out of here. And I'll get back to you once more. Hey guys, so I wasn't sure if I was gonna do this or not today. And then I decided, well, I made the mold last night, so I decided that I was going to just go ahead and give it a shot. So I'm using a stainless steel coffee cup this time. A little sturdier than a can, I hope. I put a groove in the top so the air pressure doesn't build up inside because it's double walled. And I'm using up a bunch of wood from something I tore apart. And I have my mold set up. So I'm just gonna hope that it gets hot enough before the coffee cup fails, or I run out of wood. But I guess it doesn't really matter because I'll just go break into the charcoal because I'm doing this today. I gotta get my camera stand. I took it out of my bag to make room for other things, and I'll have to go get that. But I'll get back to you when it's pour time. Right now, I'm just seeing if it'll work. All right, later on, guys. So, guys, something's restricting my airflow, I think, because I've been at this for like a half an hour, and I used all the spare wood I got, a bunch of charcoal, but I can't get a flame to completely surround the crucible. So I'm gonna give it about another 15 minutes of me standing here in the snow looking like a moron, and then I'm going to shut it down, and I guess I'm gonna have to wait until I rebuild my furnace, which isn't gonna happen till like February. Wait, April. Yeah, the one after March, not before. Yeah. So I don't think that's gonna happen till February. April. Yeah, April. So right now I think I just wasted probably like 3 pounds of aluminum. It all turned into this oxidizey looking crap because it's melting so slow. I mean, it is melting, but it's like a sludge. I'm hoping I can remelt all this down later. We'll see how it goes. I mean, I got tons of aluminum, and where I live, it's like 20 cents a pound, give or take. So it's not like I'm really losing anything. Alright guys, if I get to a pour, hopefully I'll show you the pour and the finished product, but I really don't feel like I'm going to get to a pour. Thanks for watching. So guys, it's sad times, you know. I went and I made this beautiful mold. You know, jumbo feeder, whole bunch of nonsense, and couldn't melt aluminum. So I had a major airflow issue. I'm not sure what it was, but I couldn't get all the coal to burn. It was burning right directly in front of the blower, and that was it. So I got fed up with it after about an hour, and I redismantled my foundry. Which isn't a big deal, because about anywhere from 14 to 20 days, I should get my kel wool, and I'll be able to redo this. Like, I kept the base in there. For one, it's difficult to get out of, to get it out. Like, that stuff really sticks in there. And, two, I got this piece of a fan. I think it's, stainless steel coated in brass, because it's magnetic. And I got this big guy right here. It's like 5 pounds of steel. I'm going to use it as a plinth, I think. Like so. Well, that way or upside down. I was thinking about leaving it this way because it still fits my crucible just fine. And if any of my other crucibles break or anything, it'll catch the extra. So, that's that. Still keep the same old blower tube. It works pretty good. But I did find some parts to maybe do a waste oil burner, which I'm hoping I can do. But I'm just tacking all this on that walk and talk video. You guys will see. You'll figure it out. I didn't really save any aluminum from this. It's all in the yard, cooling off. There's a puck. It's probably like, I don't know. It's probably about 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds of aluminum, and it's all like, I need to remelt it. It's all disgusting. So, I'll work on that someday. What I was actually making in this mold, which hopefully you guys get to see before it gets broken. It's supposed to be a ramrod for, not ramrod, but it's supposed to be a ramrod for the sandpacking. A sandpacker? Yeah, I figured I'd make something I'm actually going to use and practice some more foam casting before I do this. Spoiler alert, right here. If anyone cares about what I do, you might want to turn your thing off right now to the next episode, because I'm cheating. I'm doing this. I don't think it's too thin. It should be alright. It's Silica's Dagger off of, Sword Art Online. Silica, the Dragon Tamer. And this, which is hard to see, but it's a Monster Rancher's disc. But I carved out the back to make it a buckler, so it'd go on my wrist. So I'd have an anime armor set. Monster Ranchers and, well, it's not really a set, because it's 2 different animes, but Silica's Dagger and Monster Ranchers. So those are the 2 things I'm going to do once I make sure I have my sand casting perfected, or at least close to it. And then I got the rammer thingy, which I don't think I've shown it in styrofoam form in any of my videos. I don't know why I got sidetracked. But, yeah, well, we'll see how it turns out. Alright guys, I'm going to piece together these 8 or 9 video pieces and throw it up there as a giant failure again. But there soon will be... I'm still progressing. It's just... Well, actually, I kind of regressed from when my foundry actually had a lining, but I'm still progressing for when I get my lining in. I'll be 2 steps ahead of where I was before my foundry got broken, because, well, I got everything together. I have my aluminum bronze weight out for those projects. Well, I have the aluminum bronze weight out for the buckler. I got to do it again for the dagger, but it is what it is. I got a lot of things set up and ready to go, and a lot of new things, and, well, thanks for watching, and have a great day. Hey, guys. So, as you know, it's the same day. I didn't get my casting done. This is the day that the casting was ruined. So, I was just talking about, you know, a day, or 14 days to 20 days, till my kel wool showed up. Well, it showed up today. Yeah. Man, it's cold. So I'm kind of trying to fish out the pieces of aluminum I threw in the snow, but I'm missing one, and my hands are freaking freezing already. I got this and this guy gotta take care of. But all right, man, it's cold. So I'm not doing any melting today. I'm just gonna tack this on the rest of the video of crap clips I have. But here it is. Now, I thought for sure I didn't order this. I thought for sure I ordered a 36 by 18 half-inch thick. But I got a 24 by 24 1-inch thick. And when I checked my order, that's what it said I ordered. So, maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I don't know, but that's what it's saying. But, so I got some tools. And I'm going to, oh yeah, I got a sander too. Found it in the basement. It's old. It's my grandfather's, but I'm going to use it to finish my fidget spinner and clean up some other things that I'm working on. So, I was going to cut this, but I forgot the, I think I forgot the knives in the house, so I'm not going to show you guys me rebuilding this because, well, for one, I'm basically cutting a piece of cloth and wrapping around, and that's it. Done. So, I mean, there's not much. I'm just kind of like, this is like all part of the update video. This is my failure, my update video, and I got a sander. I got my Kel wool today, which I'm freaking psyched about. So, now I got to get that together, and I'm going to line my furnace. I'm going to line that. And if anyone watches this before I completely ruin everything, can you let me know if I have a coal fire touching this directly, is it going to destroy it? Because I want to order Satanite to, as a refractory to line it with, but I don't have enough money, so it's $30 for 5 pounds and shipping and handling, and I only got 15, so I'm kind of in a bind there. So I'm trying to think if it's worth it to give it a shot of just melting with just this. Which I've seen people do it, but they did it with propane. And I'm wondering if I do it with charcoal, if it's going to make a big mess. And then if I'm going to be able to line it later. I don't think I better waste it. But alright guys, thanks for watching. This will be the end of this. I'm going to put all this clips together and you guys can enjoy a giant montage of me talking and failures. And new updates. Updates are always good. Alright, later on.